Buenas tardes a todos y bienvenidos a la cuarta reunión post-ISTH. Para los que no me conozcáis, soy Constantino Martínez, trabajo en el Centro Regional de Hemodonación de Murcia y Instituto Murciano de Investigación Biosanitaria Virgen de la Arrixaca. La Junta Directiva me pidió hace unos meses de coordinar la sesión esta. Al principio pensaba que iba a ser bastante complicado por el sitio donde se produjo el Congreso del ISTH este año, pero realmente ha sido relativamente sencillo. Fue sencillo encontrar a varios ponentes que quisieran hacer esta charla, bastante de agradecer, y luego también pues a nivel de organización pues ha sido relativamente sencillo con la Secretaría Técnica de la SEHH y el Grupo ANA ha ido todo bastante bien. Luego, como tenemos la suerte de contar hoy entre los ponentes con el doctor Armando Tripodi, pues a partir de ahora voy a hablar en inglés y a ver cómo me sale. Y bueno, pues nada. Welcome to this fourth ISTH, post-ISTH meeting. This year was held in Melbourne, Australia. So, as I said before, it's my first time organizing this meeting, and I'm certain that all the talks will be very productive and it will be a very nice meeting, for sure. And probably, and I hope, very valuable for most of the people that didn't have the occasion to go to Australia. That it's true that it was a little bit far. So the present meeting, I wrote some things, the speech, in fact, that to not forget anything, uses normally to open the National Congress. And I think it's very important because it can generate debates. I hope it generates debate today, and I hope also, it's perhaps more complicated, but also future investigations. So the first thing that I would like to do is to encourage everyone that is here to really ask questions to the speakers and try to generate a discussion that could be very interesting, because the 5 topics that are going to be included in this meeting, and also the talk of Professor Armando Tripodi, are for sure very interesting. So the second thing that I would like to do, and also I think it's important, is to thank the speakers. To participate. I already did say it, but I'm going to repeat it because I think it's important. Last year I participated in this meeting. It was the post-SSC, perhaps it's a little bit less complicated. And I realized at that time the complexity of doing a talk like this, because it's a meeting, as you all know, it's performed every 2 years. So all the more prominent specialists go there, they present their more recent data, so it's very complex and time-consuming to do a talk that try to summarize all this information. So it's very meritorious, in fact, to do that. So I thank very much again the speakers to do this talk and to share with us the knowledge that they have obtained in Melbourne this summer. So I'm going to present briefly the program, and if I make any mistake about the position or anything, don't worry. It's not. I think it's going to be for best, for sure. So the first post-ISTH talk will summarize the novelties in platelets biology, and will be presented by Dr. Laura Gutierrez. She is an IP of the Group of Investigation in Platelets, Biology, Pathology, and Therapeutic Applications from the Instituto de Investigación Sanitaria del Principado de Asturias de Oviedo. The next talk will be presented by Dr. Santiago Bonanat, that is the head of the Hemostasis and Thrombosis unit of the Hematology Service of Hospital La Fe. Dr. Bonanat will summarize the advances in bleeding dialysis presented in the ISTH. The third talk will be about the novelties in vascular biology, and will be presented by Dr. José Antonio Páramo. that is co-director of the Hematology Department and director of the Hemostasis and Thrombosis Unit of the Clínica Universidad de Navarra, and president of the Sociedad Española de Trombosis y Hemostasia. And finally, the two last talks will summarize the new developments in thrombotic pathophysiology. First, Dr. Javier Corral, that is senior PI at Centro Regional de Hemodonación and the Universidad de Murcia, will present the basic aspects of these new developments. And finally, Dr. Elena Pina, she is a hematologist at the Hospital Universitario de Bellvitge, will summarize the clinical aspects. But first, we have the great privilege to have with us Professor Armando Tripodi. He's professor of clinical, if I don't do a mistake, clinical biochemistry and clinical molecular biology at the Fondazione Istituto di Ricovero e Cura a Carattere Scientifico del Grande Ospedale Maggiore Policlinico, Angelo Bianchi Bonomi Hemophilia and Thrombosis Center, and Fondazione Luigi Villa, Milano, Italy. Professor Tripodi has been actively working in laboratory medicine in the field of hemostasis and thrombosis for many years. Among other aspects, he's an expert in many things like laboratory diagnosis of congenital and acquired defects of hemostasis, standardization and quality control of hemostatic tests, laboratory control of anticoagulant treatment, and the study of the mechanism of regulation of hemostasis. Indeed, he has been co-chairman of the ISTH subcommittee on control of anticoagulation and co-chairman of the subcommittee of lupus anticoagulant phospholipid-dependent antibodies at ISTH. Besides the active participation for many years in many committees in Italy, he is now the president of the Italian Society of Trombosis and Haemostasis, the SISET. Professor Tripodi has been also associate editor of the Journal of Thrombosis and Haemostasis, that is the official journal of the ASTH for 7 years, and is now in several editorial boards, among others, the same, the Journal of Thrombosis and Haemostasis, and also in Hematologica. Professor Tripodi is a prestigious investigator in our field who has authored more than 350 publications. So, lastly, Professor Tripodi has been actively working in thrombotic and hemostatic processes that are involved in acute and chronic liver disease. Indeed, today, Professor Tripodi will talk about the investigation on the field of the coagulopathy of cirrhosis that he started in 2005 and still continuing. So the talk entitled Changing Concept of the Cirrhotic Coagulopathy will for sure be of high interest for the audience. So thank you, Professor Tripodi.